Hi, lovely to meet you today. My name is Freya Trevor Harris and I'm a young person and I work on the iwill campaign. And here today we're here to celebrate iwill Week, our national week of celebration. Can you tell me a bit more about yourself and your involvement with the iwill campaign?
Hi, it's really nice to meet you. My name is Nick Hurd. I'm not a young person, but I am currently the Minister for Policing. But 5 years ago I was very heavily involved with lots of other people in helping to set up the iwill campaign, and we went to Buckingham Palace and we had Prince Charles launching it, and we had the three leaders of the main political parties, all of whom have changed, standing up, pledging their support. So it was a big moment, and what we all believed in was about the need to create more opportunities for young people to stretch themselves, learn new skills, build confidence, get new experiences, make new friends through social action, through the opportunity to get involved in their communities. And we'd seen the power of it, and we wanted together to create more opportunities for young people, hence the iwill campaign.
And how do you feel that works with your personal party values? Obviously we've had cross-party political support, but how do you feel that Conservatives are behind this campaign and behind the values of the campaign?
Yeah, but it's very Conservative, and that's why David Cameron at the time, who was the Prime Minister, didn't need much persuading about it. We'd already led on setting up the National Citizen Service, NCS, because we wanted to give more opportunities for young people, as I said, to stretch themselves, to make new friends, build their confidence by doing things they never thought they'd do, and by connecting them to their communities that they're part of. And then it was astonishing what happened really when you made young people more aware of some of the issues in their constituents, whether it be dementia or drugs or whatever, and then you challenged them to be a part in helping to support a solution, whether it be a local charity or a campaign that they had dreamt up themselves to raise awareness of an issue. Very powerful, very important that we do more to connect young people with their own power to make a difference, but also their sense of responsibility as well, to be a part of their community and to be an active citizen in those communities.
And would you say that within your current role as Minister for Policing and Fire, I know that they have the volunteer police cadets and the fire cadets. Do you know very much about the work that's being done with them and what contribution they're having at the moment?
It's a really important part of the system. So, we talk about police and we talk about fire. We're talking about two of the most important public services in the country, services that communities up and down the country rely on for something fundamental with their safety. But if you look at how those services work, they rely very heavily on the public, they rely very heavily on volunteers, and they rely a lot on young people coming forward, really quite young, to be mini cops and then cadets, and then perhaps into being specials. Thousands of people. I think 12,000 specials we've got now. It's a very big number. So it's a very important part of that policing system, and very important around how we connect the police to communities and how we build trust between young people and the police. So I'm very keen in my current role to support the creation of more opportunities for young people to get involved with volunteering, to work with their local police services, to support their local police services. They really enjoy it. It's fascinating work, but it's a very important part of how we connect the police to the community.
And I was just thinking further, what is it that you think we can improve on? One of the things the iwill campaign is going to ramp up hopefully over the next few months is the focus on youth voice. So not only young people volunteering, but actually their sincere opinions and perspectives being able to express and to have an impact. How do you feel about youth voice, and what can be done by the government to further support that?
No, I feel very strongly about that, because part of why I attach such importance personally to what we call youth social action is these opportunities for young people to get involved and be active in their community and make a difference in their communities. It's about connecting young people with their power to make a difference. We can all make a difference. What I realised through National Citizen Service, talking to lots of young people, is that many young people went on that programme not feeling they could make a difference to anything.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you can change that. And when you change that, connect people with their power to make a difference. Part of that is encouraging them to find their voice.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sitting here in my office in the House of Commons as a member of Parliament. You know, I get a lot of correspondence and voice from the older members of my community. You know, as a member of Parliament trying to represent people here in the House of Commons, you know, I need to be sure that I also understand the voice of young people. But unless that voice is heard, unless people step up, make their views known, it's difficult. And there's a danger that the system listens too much to old people.
Yeah.
And there's a danger in that because we've got to listen to the future of the country. And therefore social action, youth voice, they all come together in my mind, which is about empowering the next generation with their potential to make a difference, but also their responsibility.
And it is actually, as well as being iwill Week, it's National Democracy Week. And I think what you said about youth voice is very valuable as well in engaging young people with democracy, both young people who are voters and young people who are not yet old enough to vote. And yeah, writing to your MP and putting your views out to your MP directly would be one of the key ways of doing this.
Yes, and joining campaigns or leading campaigns to try and change things or raise awareness of things. You know, my daughter, for example, was very involved in campaigning against FGM, female genital mutilation. Well, 5-6 years ago in this place I don't remember much conversation about that. Now it's absolutely acknowledged as an issue. This country is taking a lead in banning it and stopping it. You know, but you know, again, there's an example where not just young people, but the voice of young people have been very clear on that. A whole range of issues, we need to hear the voice of young people. You know, that's a fundamental part of the democratic process, because we cannot let our democratic process be totally dominated by the priorities and concerns of older people, because they are completely different.
It's quite interesting, I'd say, that young people seem to have their finger on the pulse, in the sense that I think the Make Your Mark key subject was voted for was knife crime, which was debated in Parliament on the 9th of November. And I think that's become a really rapidly raising issue, and an issue obviously within your your powers. And even personally, I've recently moved to South London and someone was stabbed last night.
Yes.
So I'm new to London, that was a new experience to me having that going on, and I think it's amazing to know that young people are already recognising it as an issue, and the most important issue that they want to talk about. I think more than 1 million young people voted for that, so that's quite
that's a huge number, and that's a very powerful, very powerful. So it doesn't surprise me at all, because it is, you know, we have a very big problem as a society to beat now, which is this culture of violence and that terrible normality around it, and terrible numbers in terms of young lives cut short. So there's a kind of national will to work together to bear down on this. Long-term work, it's complex work. We've been here before, 10 years ago, something similar. We won then, we'll win again. But it's very important, particularly to hear that voice of young people saying, no, we don't accept this as normal, this isn't right. We want young people to be growing up feeling that it is not normal to carry a knife.
Fantastic, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was brilliant to talk to you today, and we look forward to speaking to you again as the campaign continues.
Yeah, well, good luck to everyone in the campaign. It's very important. You have my full support.